All right, we're good, boss. Appreciate you coming in. My name is Bailey. This is Burn the Ship. And the goal of Burn the Ship is to discuss with professionals about entrepreneurship and going all in on your business, right? We want to package up some of those skills and some of those experiences that you have from the entrepreneur world, and we want to pass them on to the next generation of entrepreneurs and people that are interested in business. So I appreciate you joining us. I don't want to steal all of your thunder. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself and your business?
Thanks for having me, first of all. My name is Nathan Pratt, and I'm the owner of Pratt's Expert Roofing and Claims Specialist. I know that's a long one. Out of Dalton, Georgia. We started up, actually been in business for about 5 years, but we've been fully active for a little over 3. And we are a roofing company that specializes in the insurance claims process, helping folks. So,
Tell me what makes you guys a little bit different. What are the other companies doing in the insurance claim process versus yourself?
well, a lot of times the homeowners think that, just come out, give them an estimate, they pay out of pocket, whatever. But with us, a lot of times they'll call us and we'll go out. And yes, we are a roofing company. But once I explain to them, a lot of times we can get their damages paid for very little out of pocket cost, sometimes none, And I guess we're kind of a hybrid. The insurance companies, they're a business. They don't always want to pay. They're in the business to make money, not paying claims. And so we kind of keep them and hold them accountable and make sure that the homeowner's getting paid adequately, and all we ask for in return for those services is to be able to do the work.
Nice.
So,
For sure. And so tell me a little bit of a story. How'd you land where you land?
it goes way back. So I've been in the insurance business and roofing, or in the industries, for going on 16 years. I started off right out of college. Father and I, we ran an insurance agency out of Dalton. The same policies that I attack and go up against, I used to sell them. And during that time, I dabbled into roofing. My dad's a master carpenter. I mean, he's been in construction forever, for the most part. But we just made a decision after about 3 years into it that, I got tired of telling homeowners that, well, we can't help you, your policy's not going to pay. I had a friend approach me, and he said, hey, you need to try this roofing stuff. He said, man, it's a different type of business. Well, I said, okay, let's give it a shot. And I took that leap of faith and started working for a company out of Chattanooga. Climbed the ladder, become a sales manager, left there for another company, was a sales manager there. I've done a lot, kind of helped the second company get up and running. And then I'd done everything I could do, and I wanted a little more. And I kind of took all the good and bad that I learned and started Pratt's Expert Roofing. And the insurance, being in the business so long, it helps so much because you know how to talk to the adjusters, to the insurance companies. It makes a world of difference. But that's how I got started, and took that leap of faith, and I don't plan on looking back. That's for sure.
Yeah, for sure. So tell me, what is it like at the beginning? Day one, you start your business. Obviously, you've got that insurance background. Your roofing side of your business as well. Where do you see that hole in the market? Like, what is that strategy day one? Because obviously, you see the hole in the market. You see what people aren't doing well, and you know how to attack it. What are you putting on day one that helps you start working?
So it's kind of funny because when I was with the other companies before I started Pratt's, we like let me get my thoughts together here. So my first job actually, and I developed a really good name and reputation with those other companies. So when I started it, people knew like what they're going to get with me. And I actually had a job I had been sitting on for a while. It was a massive church, and that was my first job. We got it paid for by insurance. It was like 300, almost 40,000 square feet. I mean, it's huge. And that got us, up and going. And yeah.
I can't imagine that being the first thing you bite off.
And the funny thing is that job in particular, it's we had to remove the steeple from this church, man, and had to bring in a crane and just we do things the right way. But it was just, I've got pictures on Facebook of that steeple. It's nighttime and it's just hanging there in the air. But that really did. I owe those guys, that's my family's church, but I owe them a lot of gratitude just because that job, I mean, to be your first one, it helped.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. And so you kept on, was it just you?
Starting out, it was me, my dad, project manager. And
Were you subcontracting out the actual installation of the roofs and you were just doing the selling?
Oh, so the great thing is, being in the industry so long, I met a fella, his name's Israel, he's my main guy, and he told me, he said, when you go in, everybody knew I was going to do it eventually, go in business for myself. And he said, when you go in business, friend, I work for you. So, man, ever since we started up, and we've got our own crew, we don't subcontract it. So our work's the same everywhere we go. Mm-hmm. Doesn't vary.
Yeah, it's very consistent.
Yes.
Nice.
But yeah.
Very fortunate.
Very fortunate. Most companies that, they subcontract and they really don't know who's going to be on the roof from day to day. But we take a little bit different of approach. We're not trying to do 10 or 15 jobs a week. We do 3 to 6 jobs a week. I'll space them out. We could, but man, sometimes it gets to be too much. Mistakes happen.
Yeah, quality over quantity.
Yes. And that's kind of our flagship is craftsmanship and then customer service because it lacks in the roofing industry. The roofing industry as a whole has a pretty bad name. So we're trying to change that narrative slowly,
Tell me what it is about yourself that allowed everybody to pinpoint the idea that you're going into business for yourself.
Well, before I left the last company I worked for, before I started it, I guess I could, people would just ask me, are you going to ever do this on your own? And I threw the idea around and threw it around. And I guess just because when I was at those other companies, I guess maybe because kind of I'm a natural leader. So they saw that and, and man, so many people said, why don't you do this on your own? Why don't you? And it just took, you've got to have a little bit of determination. And once you make the decision, you got to do it, like I say, and not look back. So, and we're, goodness gracious, we started out and we're finally, as far as revenue, well over $2 million for this year. So,
nice.
I mean, it's awesome. And there's been struggles, but I mean.
And that's what probably,
take it as it comes.
That's probably 200 roofs.
No, actually, it's right now we're at like 103.
Really?
Yeah. So we've had some good jobs,
for sure.
To say the least.
Yeah, some big roofs.
We're in our area, competition's it's pretty heavy, but we're becoming the go-to.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Well, that's interesting. What would you say was most difficult? Day one, what was the hardest thing?
Okay, so in what we do, dealing with so many insurance claims, there's a couple things. But the first one is learning. If you know anything about insurance, they don't pay the full amount up front. It's a 2-payment process. So you get about half, and then it could be 30, 60, 90 days before you get the remainder of your money. So just learning how to delegate that cash flow, man, that's been probably the toughest thing, and it gets better as you go. But that and just finding quality people to work. I've been fortunate because I say quality sales guys. I've been fortunate to hire 2. We got a lady that works for us, and then I call him my right-hand man. His name's Trent. Man, we've hired them on, and they've just done phenomenal. Mm-hmm. They're bringing in business week in and week out.
Obviously, they're not finding every roof, too. They're finding good work.
Quality.
They're finding what you want, what you're after.
Absolutely.
Fishing in the right place.
Absolutely. And and they both, they both market different ways. Trent, he's one of those that he knows a lot of people, but he'll go out to a restaurant and talk to this person and that person, and then Savannah, she's more of like door to door grinding, and but they both got the work ethic, and that's hard to find.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't take it for granted too when you have it. At whatever point in your life you feel yourself working hard at something, don't slow down. It's hard to pick up the same pace.
Sure.
What would you say you did best at the beginning?
Really just when you start the process with a homeowner, just kind of laying the expectations out from the get-go and being consistent. And I guess just setting the expectations. And most of the time when I start a conversation with a homeowner, we do such a thorough job. I mean, we don't lose many jobs. I mean, just about every, and that's, I guess, just really just being thorough, and treating everybody the right way, and just that kind of thing.
I would
being
assume,
real.
Yeah, I would assume that in your sales process too, because I mean the roofing industry, it ain't like there's a whole lot of repeat business. You know what I mean? You're hoping to get 15, 20 years out of a roof unless there's repairs or small things that go on. But obviously in your sales process, you guys have been asking for referrals and other opportunities that are close to other people as well.
I've been fortunate to meet some folks, especially in Dalton, that I guess took a liking to me early on. And man, those guys, there's a few of them that they send us referrals and leads just about on a weekly basis.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't beat
very
that.
Fortunate.
Yeah, and just networking, knowing the right people. But you got to do good work.
Yeah.
That's the big thing.
Well, I mean, that's how I look at it. It's from a salesperson's perspective. Is you're giving your salespeople really good ammo to be able to go out and close a deal based on the reputation and the quality of the work that you've established in the past. So it's not like they have nothing to show for it. They're confident about their product. They have a little bit of ground to stand on, and it's because you've been doing the right things the right way for a long, long time.
Absolutely. When I started off, I done everything on my own for the most part, but I wanted to build it up so that when we hired these folks, just like you said, they have something to stand on. They can, feel confident in what they're marketing or whatever. So
yeah, for sure. Oh yeah, for sure. And you want to build it in a way where you can go on vacation and come back and your building not be burned down.
Absolutely. And it's hard. Like I tell you, it's tough starting out. Like, because it's hard to trust folks, and like delegating roles, because if you try to do it all on your own, you're going to tip over. Like, you're not going to be able to do it.
You're not going to be able to do it all well.
You have to delegate things to certain people, and that's helped too. Just finding the right people, your project managers, your sales guys, the administrative type stuff, and I used to do it all. Yeah. So it's been nice to be able to delegate.
I'm assuming the way you laugh about it, that's not your strength.
Man, it's just tough. You get, like, I've been married for 10 years. I got 2 kids. So it's tough to delegate, it's just tough.
Yeah. You only got so much of it.
Yeah.
You only got so much time of yourself. No, I can feel that. Trust me, there is some delegating to do within my own business. That is for sure. And this stuff you got to figure out, the more. And there's always, I think, periods in your business too where you're trying to get into new stuff. You want to close these large commercial roofs and things like that. It's hard to delegate that until you figure out that process and pass that on to other people. So I guess there's always levels to it.
Absolutely.
To what you're passing down, But what's next for you guys? What's kind of your goals? Where are you graduating into next?
Well, we obviously, our bread and butter is residential shingles. That's what we do, and we do it well. But me, like I've always been really good with the flat roof membrane, TPO, that type stuff, and so we're hitting that market heavy, and we'll always do residential shingles. That'll always be our bread and butter, but the TPO flat roofing is something that, we're attacking it every day, trying to figure out ways to market it and a lot of those jobs are not insurance. A lot of those are cash jobs. So,
Yeah.
you know, you got to get with the right people and have the right conversations. But, you know, and most of that is commercial.
Yeah.
You know, we've done a couple flat roofs residential, but
That's pretty cool.
we're looking to break big into that commercial.
I bet those look really good.
They do, and they're once you figure it out, once you and see, I trained our guys. I had to train them
Yeah, for sure.
on, and then of course we just got certified with Carlisle TPO.
I didn't know there were so many certifications in the roofing world as well.
Oh yeah, there's
I
a bunch
just
of
heard
them.
the old, what's the phrase that Naomi and James use? Georgia Master Elite Certified, something like that. They certify all their shingles.
Mhm, that's yeah.
Yeah, that's insane.
We're a
Like lifetime
yeah.
will come fix your shingles.
You once you get certified, like with us, we use Certainty Landmark. That's our shingles, and we're master shingle applicator. That enables us to give better warranties.
Yeah,
and stuff like that. So
that's cool too.
oh yeah,
Being from a small business perspective, that stuff matters so much. Like just the
Yeah.
confidence that people have in your work and standing on your work for a really long time. It means a lot.
you know, and like a lot of people, they don't. In my opinion, now I might be a little biased, but the roof, in my opinion, it's the probably the most important purchase you'll make. You know, next to your home.
Yeah, it's protecting
But
your home.
Yeah, it protects your home, the ones you love. It protects your biggest investment. So it's a big deal.
Yeah.
And so we take it serious. I mean, it's not anything to mess around with.
For sure.
I mean, it's somebody's home.
Have you gotten into the silicone roofs, things like that? What's your perspective on that?
No, we don't. Okay, so there is a product that we've used before. I don't do a lot of metal. I'm not a big fan of metal unless it's standing seam. The screws into the roof exposed just don't register in my brain.
I can understand. I can relate.
But there's products that they make if one's leaking really bad and say the homeowner doesn't want to replace it, you can spray that type stuff on the roof, like coat the whole roof,
Mm-hmm.
and it's got a pretty good warranty with it. And we've done some of that.
I've seen some
Works.
people do that for a commercial for like well, a guy that was our client actually in credit card processing. He markets that to like strip malls.
Yeah.
So like he had a friend that had a bunch of connections to Dollar General, and they were all connected to a bunch of these other things, and he would go spray the crap out of those commercials.
And it works.
Silicone.
Stuff works.
Yeah.
And it really does. And if somebody is not wanting to fork out what it would cost to do a replacement, that's always an option. And it's like anything else, you got to do it
expensive.
right. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
still expensive. Yeah, absolutely. But you got to do it right. You got to make sure it's spread evenly. And I mean, it's not as easy as it sounds.
Mhm.
You know, just
Yeah,
go- I
dump
mean,
a bucket of silicone on a roof and call it a day.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I can understand that. Well, the way that we always end the podcast here with Burn the Ship is kind of an allusion to the name, right? Have you ever heard the phrase "burn the ship" before?
I guess maybe.
So I don't know exactly who started using it in the reference that we use it, but I know the allegory of the story. So Hernan Cortez, Spanish conquistador, lands in modern day Central America, and he makes all his guys take all their supplies off the boats and set up camp, and then he disassembles all the boats and burns them. And everybody didn't understand, why that was the order, was burn the ships, burn the ships, burn the ships, and it was because he was illustrating to them that we either figure it out here or we die, right?
Absolutely.
Maybe without so extreme circumstances, we draw a similar conclusion to small business, right? Is you have to commit to being an entrepreneur, and you have to wear that hat for a long time, and you have to say, I've got to figure this out, because it's an easy thing to quit. It's an easy thing to never start, and we're trying to educate people really that everybody that's listening right now that's scared to make that jump and go all in on their business is just like all the people that are sitting in that chair for the most part. So I ask you, from your experience, what is it like to burn the ship? What does it feel like to go all in on your business?
It's nerve-wracking in the beginning, but once you kind of find your niche, and I always recommend find a good mentor, maybe 2 or 3 good mentors. But like for me, there's nothing else. This is it. This is what I'll do till I'm gone, and hope to pass it down to my family, or or somebody that's as passionate about it like I am. But it's nerve-wracking in the beginning, but once you're established and you're rolling, I mean, it gets easier. Always going to be stuff that's going to come up you got to figure out. But you just got to make the decision and do it. It's easier said than done. Everybody would be doing it if it was easy.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
But
I've said that before, too, to speak on that point just a little bit. If there's a way that you can be an employee and you can make the money that you want to make and you can be happy and you can feel fulfilled in that world of letting somebody else wear that hat, I encourage you to do exactly that. Because if you can find a way to be happy without having this bug of entrepreneurship, you can do that. But if you have that incessant itch that you can't scratch because you can't find a home for yourself in the employee world, you're going to be an entrepreneur. People are coming up to you, patting you on the back and telling you, yeah, when you go into business, I'm coming to work for you.
It's awesome.
Yeah, it is. And it's different, man. It's scary. It is scary, but I appreciate the perspective. I appreciate you coming out, man.
I appreciate you guys. Good stuff. This is awesome.
Your industry is very unique.
It is.
You know what I mean? And that's why I was interested in talking to you. Yeah, and you're up there in the carpet capital of the world.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So it's not like you're from somewhere that's not growing. There's going to be just more and more people up there.
Dalton is
Calhoun did it really with the outlet mall.
Yes, absolutely.
I wanted to not say that, but they really did.
Yeah. It's been a hit.
Yeah.
But yeah, Dalton's I got a love-hate relationship with it. I always find myself back there.
Yeah.
And that's the bulk of our business. But yeah, man, the carpet industry is evolving, and now it's there's all kind of flooring, and you got your like rubbers and just all kind of it's evolving like everything else. But Dalton's a great place.
Yeah,
really
I agree. Southeast is a great place, man. I appreciate you coming. I really do. I appreciate the perspective. It
Yeah,
was
man.
great to meet you.
Yeah, you too.
Look forward to having you back. This will take a couple weeks to edit, and then I'll put it out there for the world, and you're more than welcome to do whatever it is that you want with
Thank
it.
you.
I'll give you the full video file if you want.
Yeah, that'd be great. I'd love to have it.
Maybe next time you come back, we'll have a couple of tables. You'll be able to move your mic around and live your life, be a little more comfortable. So.
Hey, that works, man. Thank you guys. I appreciate it.
Yeah, call the HVAC guy, Rod.